Close your eyes. Imagine this, the moon. Have you ever really looked at it? At night, when everything is quiet? It is round, it is white, it hangs in the sky and says nothing. It just watches. It watches every person, every mountain, every river, every sleeping child. People say the moon is beautiful, but nobody ever asks, is there someone up there? Someone looking down? There is, I know.
Because I came from there. My name is Kaguya. In your language, it means shining night. But that name was given to me by people on the ground. On the moon, I had no name on the moon.
Nobody needs a name, because there's no sadness, no happiness, no missing someone, no saying goodbye, nothing. Just light, quiet, endless, perfect light. That sounds beautiful, does it not?
But let me tell you a secret. Endless light is very lonely. Tonight, I want to tell you my story. The story of a girl who fell from the moon. A girl who stayed on Earth for just a little while.
But in that little while, she learned to love. She learned to cry. She learned what it feels like to not want to leave. Now close your eyes. Imagine a bamboo forest. Moonlight falls on the leaves. The wind blows. The bamboo sways back and forth. It makes a soft, whispering sound. My story begins in that forest.
A long, long time ago in Japan, there lived an old man. He was not a famous man, not a general, not a lord, not a priest. He was just a man who cut bamboo every morning before the sun came up. He would take his curved knife and walk into the bamboo forest on the mountain. He cut the bamboo. He made baskets, fans, screens. He sold them at the market. The money was not much,
but it was enough for him and his wife. People called him the old bamboo cutter. He had been cutting bamboo his whole life. Every bamboo was the same to him. Green on the outside, empty on the inside.
Growing straight toward the sky. Nothing special. But one day everything changed. That morning was like any other. The fog was thick. Dew covered his straw sandals. He walked deep into the forest. He raised his knife. He was about to cut a bamboo stalk. Then he stopped, because that bamboo was glowing, not sunlight reflecting off the surface. The light was coming from inside, soft, warm, golden. Like someone had lit a tiny lantern inside the bamboo. The old man put down his knife. With shaking hands, he gently split the bamboo open. Inside, there was a tiny person, a little girl.
Only 3 inches tall. About as long as your thumb. She was sitting quietly inside the hollow bamboo. Her eyes were closed. Golden light surrounded her. That little girl was me. I do not remember that moment. I do not remember the smell of the bamboo or the old man's face. My earliest memory is his hands. Rough, warm. He picked me up so gently.
Like he was holding a pearl that might break. He was not afraid. He did not run away. He just looked at me, and he cried. Then he tucked me inside his robe, close to his chest, and carried me home. The old man and his wife had no children. They had waited their whole lives. When they were young, when they were middle-aged, when their hair turned white, still waiting, but no child ever came. Until I came.
The old woman looked at me for a long time. She did not speak. She just held me in her palm and stared. Then she smiled. I have never seen that kind of smile on anyone else's face. It was the smile of someone who has waited a whole lifetime. And finally, the waiting is over. She made me a tiny bed, the softest silk laid inside a seashell. That was my first bed. Every day, she fed me rice soup. She dipped a thin bamboo stick into the soup and brought one tiny drop to my lips, drop by drop, like feeding a baby bird. I grew fast, not normal fast, strange fast.
In 3 months, I was the size of a normal girl. The old man and his wife were happy, but also afraid. Happy because I was healthy, afraid because I was not like other children. And strange things kept happening. Every time the old man went to cut bamboo, he found gold inside, 1 piece of gold in 1 bamboo, then 2, then 3, in just a few months.
The poor bamboo cutter became a rich man. They moved into a big house. They had servants, a garden, silk robes, beautiful dishes. All of this came from the moon. I understood that later. The moon was taking care of me, in its own way, from far away, without a word. The old man gave me a name, Kaguya Hime. Kaguya means shining. Him means princess. The shining princess of the night. He said the name was right for me, because I was found in the bamboo forest at night, because the light around me was like moonlight. I loved that name. On the moon, nobody had ever given me a name.
A name means someone cares about you. Someone looks at you and says, "You are not like everyone else. You are special. You are mine." That was the first time I understood what it means to belong. I grew up. My parents kept me hidden inside our house, behind walls, behind screens, behind curtains, not because I was ugly, the opposite, I was too beautiful. This is not pride, this is a fact. And this fact made me sad.
My beauty was not human beauty. Not the kind where people say, "Oh, what a pretty girl." It was the kind that made people stare, made people cry, made people afraid.
Like seeing something that should not exist, like moonlight taking the shape of a person. The flowers in the garden bloomed harder after I walked past them. Moths flew through tiny gaps in the windows to reach me. Moonlight always seemed to find the exact spot where I was standing. These things made me uneasy, because they were all reminding me, "You do not belong here."
I tried not to think about it. I tried to be a normal girl. I learned to play the koto, a long instrument with strings. I learned to write with a brush. I learned to paint bamboo and orchids. I learned to drink tea under the moon. I learned to watch cherry blossoms in spring and red leaves in autumn, but the rumors spread anyway. People began to say, "The bamboo cutter has a girl in his house, more beautiful than any lady in the capital." People who have seen her say there is a light on her face, not from powder or paint. A light that comes from deep inside her skin. And then the suitors came. First 1 or 2, local officials, merchants, then more, then many more. They came on horses in ox carts. Some walked hundreds of miles. They waited outside my gate. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Some set up tents. Some slept under trees. They had never seen me. They had only heard about me.
But hearing was enough. In this world, people chase many things they have only heard about. I watched them through the bamboo curtain. Those men, young and old, handsome and plain. Some truly liked me. Some just wanted a prize. But I did not want to marry any of them. Not because they were bad, but because I had a feeling, a cold feeling deep inside my bones. I will not be here for long.
There were too many suitors. My father did not know how to refuse them. He was a kind old man. He did not want to hurt anyone's feelings. But every day more people came to the gate with gifts,
With poems, with sweet words. So I thought of a plan. I chose 5 men, the 5 most powerful, most important suitors, great lords and princes of the court. I said to each of them, I will marry any one of you. But first, you must bring me one thing, a different thing for each man. The first, bring me the stone bowl of the Buddha, the real one, the one he used. Bring it from India. The second, bring me the jeweled branch from Mount Horai, the legendary mountain of the gods, a branch with roots of silver, a trunk of gold, and fruit of white jade.
The third, bring me the robe of the fire rat from China. The fire rat lives inside a volcano. Its fur can be made into cloth that does not burn. The fourth, bring me the 5-colored jewel from a dragon's neck. The fifth, bring me the shell that a swallow carries when it gives birth. 5 things, every single one of them
Does not exist in this world. I knew that. They should have known it too. But when people want something badly enough, they refuse to believe the word impossible.
They left full of confidence. The first man came back after 3 years. He brought a stone bowl. He said it was the Buddha's bowl, carried all the way from India. There were even Indian letters carved on the side. I looked at it. The bowl was new. The letters were freshly carved. The stone was from a local mountain, I said. The real bowl of the Buddha should glow with light. This one does not glow. He turned red, and he left. The second man was cleverer. He did not go looking for Mount Horai. Instead,
He hired the best craftsman in the capital.
he spent 3 years making a jeweled branch out of real gold and silver. It was beautiful, almost perfect. He brought it to me, smiling proudly. But then the craftsmen came to the door. They said, "This lord has not paid us for 3 years of work. Please, princess, make him pay. Fake. All of it was fake." The third man brought a robe. He said it was the robe of the fire rat. He said, "Throw it into the fire. If it does not burn, it is real." I had a servant throw it into the fire pit. It burned, just like ordinary cloth.
The fourth man went to sea to find a dragon.
He sailed into a storm. He nearly drowned. He came back alive, but with empty hands. He said, "There are no dragons in the sea, only wind and waves." The fifth man climbed onto a rooftop to search a swallow's nest. He reached inside. He felt something. He looked down excitedly, and he fell off the roof. The thing in his hand broke. Even if it had not broken, it was just a bird's egg. 5 men, 5 failures. I won. Nobody could bring me what I asked for, because those things do not exist. Some people said I was cruel.
Some said I was playing games, but I was not. I was saying a simple truth. The me that you want does not exist either. You're not chasing a real person, you're chasing a story, a rumor, a face you have heard about but never truly seen. How is that different from a fake bowl or a fake branch? Everything you are chasing is not real. And then he came.
Not one of the 5 suitors, someone else, the most important person in all of Japan, the emperor. He did not come on a white horse. He did not come with soldiers.
He did not bring gold or jewels. He sent a letter, a short letter, with beautiful handwriting. His brush strokes looked like they were written with moonlight, light, soft, every line breathing. He wrote, "I have heard that the moon lives in the house of a bamboo cutter. I would not dare disturb the moon. But if the moon is willing to read my words, I am already happy." I read that letter. I read it many times. He did not say you are beautiful. He did not say I want to marry you. He did not say I can give you this or that. He only said, "You are the moon, I know I cannot reach you." But I still wanted to write. That was the first time something moved inside me. Not love, exactly. Something quieter than love, like a stone falling to the bottom of a very deep lake. No sound.
But the ripples spread far. I wrote back, a short reply. I wrote, "The moon looks at the earth every night. There are many beautiful things on earth. Your letter is one of them." He wrote again.
I wrote back again, like that.
Letter after letter. 1 month, 2 months, half a year. We never met. We only wrote, through palace walls, through rules of ceremony,
Through layer after layer of bamboo curtain.
he told me the cherry blossoms in the palace garden were blooming. I told him the fireflies in my yard were coming out.
He said he played his instrument on rainy days, and while playing he thought of me. I said I drank tea on nights when the moon was full, and while drinking I wanted to read his letter. This was not love, or maybe it was the cleanest kind of love. A love without touching, without holding, without promises, like 2 clouds in the sky drifting close but never meeting. Because I knew something he did not know I was leaving. Spring passed, summer passed, autumn came, the moon grew brighter, every night brighter. I used to sit on the porch and look at the moon, just looking, but that autumn, something changed.
The moon was not just shining. It was calling, not with a voice, not with words, with something deeper than sound, like an invisible thread reaching down from the moon, tied to my chest, pulling.
Gently, gently, but never stopping. Come back. It is time to come back. I started having dreams. In the dreams, I stood in a white light. No bamboo forest, no old man, no garden, no fireflies, no letters, nothing. Just light, endless, quiet, clean light. Once I thought that light was beautiful, now I thought it was empty. The 15th night of the 8th month was coming, the night of the full moon, the biggest, brightest moon of the year. I knew. That was the night. The moon would send people to take me back. I had to go, my father noticed. He saw me staring at the moon with tears on my face. He asked what was wrong. I said nothing. He asked again and again and again. Finally, I told him the truth. I am not a person from this world.
I came from the moon. I was sent to Earth because I made a mistake. On the moon, I did something wrong. I cannot remember what, but the moon sent me down here as a punishment. Earth, this Earth,
Was my punishment. But the punishment was too gentle. The golden light in the bamboo, the old man's warm, rough hands, the old woman's smile, the smile she waited a lifetime for, the silk bed inside a seashell, the rice soup, cherry blossoms, fireflies, red leaves in autumn, music on rainy days, and his letters. If this is punishment, then I'm afraid of being forgiven.
because forgiveness means going back to a place where there is nothing to want, nothing to need, nothing to lose. I do not want to go back. My father cried. He said he would protect me.
He said he would not let anyone take me away. He did not understand. He was not fighting a person. He was fighting the moon.
I wrote one last letter to the emperor. I told him everything. I came from the moon. I'm leaving. On the 15th night of the 8th month, the moon will come for me. At the end of the letter,
I wrote, "There are many things in this world that I do not want to leave behind. The wind in the bamboo forest, my father's hands, my mother's smile, the sound of insects in the garden, the flowers in spring. But what I will miss most is not a thing. It is a feeling, the feeling of being alive, of hurting, of crying, of missing someone. The moon does not have these feelings. The moon has nothing. Nothing is missing, but nothing is there." The emperor read my letter, and he did something I did not expect. He sent 2,000 soldiers to surround my house. Archers on the rooftops, swordsmen at every door. The emperor said, "I will not allow anyone or anything to take her from this world." 2,000 men, bows and arrows, swords and shields.
Against the moon, I stood at the window and looked at those soldiers. Their faces were serious, brave. They were willing to fight the moon for a woman they had never met. And in that moment,
I thought, the human world is so beautiful. Humans have something the moon will never have. The will to try even when you know you cannot win. People on the moon do not understand this, because on the moon there is no failure, no loss, no impossible. And so there is no courage. Courage is something only beings who can fail are able to have. The 15th night,
the 8th month, the moon rose. Not an ordinary moon. That night, the moon was as big as a drum, as bright as daylight. Its light poured down like liquid silver,
turning the whole world white. And then inside the light, people appeared. People from the moon. They came down on clouds, wearing white robes. Their faces had no expression, no sadness, no joy, no fear, nothing. The 2,000 soldiers raised their bows, but their hands were shaking, because the moon people were too bright. Looking at them was like looking at the sun. Your eyes cannot stay open. Your strength drains away. The bows fell to the ground. The swords dropped. 2,000 men fell to their knees before the moonlight, like paper in the wind. Nobody was hurt. The moon does not hurt people. The moon just makes you realize how small you are in the face of forever, how very small you are. The messengers from the moon walked toward me.
They carried a robe, a white robe made of feathers from the sky. They said, "Put this on. You will remember the moon. You will forget everything from earth, the old man, the letters, the pain, the tears, the love. You will become perfect again, complete, eternal." I looked at the robe, white, light as a cloud, beautiful enough to be frightening. If I put it on, I will never hurt again. But a life without pain, is that still a life?
I said, "Wait, let me do one last thing." The messengers did not rush me. They do not understand hurry. They have forever. I walked to my father. He was older now, older than when I first came. His back was more bent. His hands were rougher. His eyes were cloudy. But he was still looking at me, just like the first time he saw me inside the bamboo. I knelt down. I rested my head on his knee. I said, "Thank you for finding me. Thank you for not being afraid. Thank you for taking me home. Thank you for giving me a name." He could not speak. He just put his rough hand on my hair, stroking it again and again, like I was still 3 inches tall. Then I walked to the table. I picked up my brush. I wrote one last letter to the emperor. I wrote, "After tonight, I will put on the robe from the moon and forget everything." Every word in this letter is written while I still remember. Please do not be sad for me. This is how it works in the human world. Because things are short, they are precious. Because things end, every moment is real. The days on the moon last forever. But things that last forever do not need to be treasured. Only things that can be lost are worth holding tight. I am leaving something for you. A small bottle, medicine from the moon. If you drink it,
You will never die, but I do not think you should drink it. Because if you never die, you will become like the moon. You will have everything, but you will care about nothing.
the meaning of life is not to live forever. The meaning of life is to know that you will die, and then to choose how to spend this short, only precious life. Signed, Kaguya. Once, I was your moon.
I put down the brush. I walked toward the messengers. I picked up the feathered robe, white, light as a cloud, thin as moonlight. I put it on my shoulders.
And in that moment, I forgot the wind in the bamboo forest. I forgot the old man's hands. I forgot the old woman's smile. I forgot the silk bed and the seashell.
I forgot the fireflies in the garden. I forgot the cherry blossoms in spring. I forgot the red leaves in autumn. I forgot the music on rainy days. I forgot his letters, one by one, all of them gone.
Like water slipping through fingers, like snow falling on a warm stone, like wind blowing across an empty field. Nothing was left. I looked up. The moon was above me, white, clean, perfect I rose, off the ground, past the rooftop, past the bamboo forest, away from the earth.
I looked back one last time. That was the last thing I did as Kaguya. I looked back. I saw an old man, bent and small,
Standing in the garden, looking up at me. His mouth was moving, but I could no longer hear what he was saying. I saw far away in the palace a single lamp still burning. Maybe someone was still waiting for a letter that would never come. Then the robe covered me completely. I remembered nothing. But if I remember nothing, then why am I telling you this story? Maybe the robe from the moon can erase memories. But some things go deeper than memory. Some things are carved in a place that no robe can reach. A pair of rough hands, a bowl of rice soup, a name.
a letter written in moonlight. These things are not in the mind. They are in the bones, in the blood, in every breath. There are no tears on the moon. People on the moon do not cry. But tonight,
If you look up at the moon, if you see one spot that shines a little brighter than the rest, that might be me on the moon, quietly, secretly, missing the earth. Good night.